it's not just our staff. We know there are a lot of Trader Joe's fans out there. And today we're talking affordable snack and wine pairings you can get all from inside Trader Joe's. Hailey Bohlman from the wine education website Cork and Fizz did all the research for us and has 5 different pairings to share. Thank you for being here as always.
Oh, this was so fun to doing the research for this was very fun.
I bet the research alone was a freaking blast.
Yes. So I love the idea of a wine and food pairing. Doesn't have to be something at a fancy dinner. So yeah, let's do Trader Joe's. So
yes. Okay, what are we starting?
Starting off with one. This is a staple that my husband has always loved, the spinach and artichoke dip. So I had to go that way. So if you want to try a bite of
I absolutely am going
dip,
to.
and then while you try that, I'll talk about the wine.
Please.
So this is paired with a Soave. This is an Italian white wine. It's very fresh, very light. It's lemony, and it kind of works as a palate cleanser to the creamy spinach and artichoke dip. And the bottle's only like $6 at Trader Joe's.
$6?
I know, right?
This tastes so expensive.
And is it good? What do you think of the pairing?
This is so good.
Yes.
You're right, with the creamy dip vibe into this crisp, fresh wine.
Yes.
Wait, I really like this wine.
I know, so fun, right?
Okay, I don't want to hoard it too much, but
I promise the other ones are good too.
Okay, then I will put it down. Fine. This next one, I haven't tried this snack, but I know it's a crowd favorite.
Yeah, this came on recommendation. Someone here likes plantain crisp, so you have to find out who. But yes, so they reminded me when I had a bite of one of just a light potato chip. And so I was thinking light potato chip might want something a little off dry, which in the wine world means a hint of sweetness. Not to scare people off. It's not super sweet, but just a hint of sweet. So I chose this. It's called Mbali. I have a joke with friends. We say Mbali because it's just fun to say. But it's a South African Chenin Blanc Viognier, just a hint of sweetness, and it works like salted caramel. You have a little salt from the chip, a little hint of sweetness in the wine, and they just kind of elevate each other.
Wow, it really does. This pairing, again, this chip is it's giving chip and salty, but not. It feels healthy, dare I say?
We're being healthy with our food and wine today.
I mean, I don't want to. You got to partake too in this
absolutely,
too.
Absolutely.
Cheers. What are you? Because I feel like you're able to taste a little more of all the notes. I don't know if this is giving me a Sauv Blanc. It's not overly sweet at all.
No, it's just that hint of it, and I think it gives it a little body. On the aroma, I'd say there's also tropical notes, which felt good pairing with the plantain chip as well, right?
Yeah.
We're kind of in that same world.
Okay. And did you mention again the price point on this one? What are we looking at?
This one is $5.
Yeah. Are they all gonna go down in price?
No. These are probably the low cost, but they're also none of them are above 15. So
this is shocking. I am literally shook right now. Who knew that I would like plantain crisps too?
Right?
Okay. I'm into it. Next, you have a red wine, which is usually my favorite. I'm a red wine girly, so I'm excited about this one. What are we pairing next?
Okay, so when I was testing all these, this was definitely my favorite pairing.
Oh, you can even say, okay, favorite pairing.
So these are the bird's nest. So they're like fried onion and carrot, and I think kale as well. So we're kind of going healthy again, but they are fried.
Okay.
I
never met anything fried I didn't like, so.
Reminded me of a blooming onion, and so that oily crispiness, I wanted a brighter wine to pair with it, but maybe something with a little more richness, which is why I went red. So this wine is a Valpolicella Ripasso, which sounds really fancy.
It does.
Lovely Italian red wine, really fruity, a little bit of earthiness, but just easy drinking, and again, refreshing with the bird's nest, that fried oiliness.
It really takes the bite, because you're right. This is a straight blooming onion. It takes me back to Outback right away. Fruity wine, and I'm usually not always a fruit forward is not always what I go for, but it's not overly fruity and punching you in the face.
It's also lighter, and it has that earthy undertone, which I think goes well with the vegetable flavor in the bird's nest.
100% earthy.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
Okay.
And so
how expensive is this guy?
This one is $13.
Hey.
So I know we're kind of going up in the Trader Joe's cost.
It's we go from $4.99 or whatever to, but that is still very affordable.
Oh, yes, and it's honestly the lowest cost of this type of wine that I've ever seen that also tastes delicious.
Interesting. I know. That is important. We're actually showing you guys things that taste and I'm now needing to stock my fridge with
I know. Yeah,
all of
that was a new one to me too. That was so good. Okay, moving on to what is something that's very special to me. I'm originally from Wisconsin.
Okay.
So cheese curds are kind of like in my blood.
It's a staple. It has to be.
So we have fried cheese curds, and again, it's that fried, a little oily, very fatty with the cheese. So we're gonna pair it with a rosé. And honestly, it's probably cheating because a good rosé pairs with just about anything in my mind.
Oh my gosh.
Aren't those so good?
This cheese curd.
It's like dangerous because I would just eat all of them.
Oh, wow. Do you dip, being from Wisconsin, do you eat them plain?
So I used to. The way to do it would be to dip it into ranch dressing. It's a very Wisconsin thing. I'm somewhat lactose intolerant now, so I have to limit. So if I'm gonna have a cheese curd, I gotta go like ketchup or something.
Fair. Ranch would be good with this. Okay, so cheese curd. Have that and then now the wine. And this is the famous, have you ever heard of the chicken wine?
No. It's got a chicken on the label. I promise there's no chicken in the wine. You're like, what are you giving me?
What's happening this morning?
No, so it's got the chicken on the label. It's from Lavier.
Say that again.
Lavier, very lovely French Rhone Valley rosé, a blend, fresh, light. Like I said, goes well with the cheese curd.
Okay, let's try it and see. Oh. It's summer. It's spring. I'm on my porch.
Yes.
I'm diving into rosé. That's really.
Isn't that so good?
I don't know how to, it's not too dry or how would you describe that? I love that flavor.
It's just that really bright, red fruit without being sickly sweet, right? It has that acidity, but then it has something on the backbone, whether it's a vanilla or just something there that makes you feel like it's not just fruit happening.
Yeah, it kind of hangs there and really bites through. Wow. I don't know. I mean, like you, I loved the vegetable bird's nest pairing because I'm a red wine girly, but this might top it. And I can't decide why, what is happening here. But hey.
Makes you happy. That's what a good pairing does.
And the price on that too, we're looking at is
$8, I think.
$8, yeah, $7.99. Again, how are these all this affordable, so budget friendly, which is amazing when you're hosting, because you get stressed out sometimes when you're having people over.
Exactly. Well, and half the time people are just drinking to enjoy it, right? They're not going to care a whole lot about the wine, but they want it to taste good. So this way you're kind of keeping it simple. You don't have to spend a lot, but it's going to be good.
And they would never know too, looking at these bottles,
absolutely not.
Where it's from. Okay, we got to end on a high note. You guys, these pretzels, so you have almond butter filled ones.
I know. I looked everywhere for the peanut butter, but you were saying maybe you bought them all out at the last Trader Joe's.
Like I said, I bought them all.
And so I tried these, and I really wasn't sure how I was going to find a wine to pair with it because the almond butter is pretty sweet, and I'm sure that's the same for peanut butter as well. I have these all the time.
Yeah.
But it's also salty, and I ended up finding this orange wine, which is essentially a white wine that's made like a red wine.
I've never heard of that.
I know. They put it in contact with the skins of the grapes, and so it gives it a little more oomph, a little more of that dry sensation in your mouth, and a nutty flavor. So, right?
So
you see where I'm going.
Nutty? Okay.
And then I think that ended up working really well with the almond butter pretzels.
Okay, well, cheers. Orange wine, first timer, but it matches my outfit.
What do you think? It's different, right?
I think I was thinking orange was going to hit me in the face and it was going to be so, but not at all. Yeah.
No, it's very much like a white wine, but that a little richness. There's also a little bitter to it, I think.
Yes.
And I think the salty sweet of the pretzel kind of balances that bitterness out, so it's not too bitter.
It doesn't like really taste like wine. For me, it's like almost like I'm drinking an orange like LaCroix.
Yes.
Like,
or
it's
like
just
do you think of
light.
cider? A lot of people think
Yes.
of cider when they're having an orange wine. It has that similar taste.
Okay, gosh, you've given me so much to think about and so much to buy, and probably everyone else.
Yes, well, yeah, so if anybody wants to find these, I do have a freebie on my website, corkandfizz.com. I include all 5 of these plus 3 more pairings from Trader Joe's.
Ooh,
So.
okay, well, we have to check that out. Thank you so much for
Yeah,
being here.
of
We love when you're
course.
here.
New Day Northwest Kitchen is brought to you by Safeway.